Hello. Hello. Sorry about my voice. Sorry about the camera not being set up. Okay, so this is another one Formula One video. Disclaimer. I know. I'm really embarrassed. I started watching Formula One as so embarrassed. Cause I started watching Drive to Survive. I know. I used to watch it. I didn't really like it because I thought all the cars were the same, and I thought it was like wom 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 wom. When I was a young lad, I thought Michael Schumacher was, the one. A touchy subject. I love Michael Schumacher. I'm an avid skier. I'm an instructor. What happened to him was a tragedy. I don't even know how that happens. You spend your life driving a Formula One car and like 300 kilometers an hour, and then you shag it into a tree. I'm not sure what happened. I'm really sorry to his family, and I really liked his son because of who he is. Moving on. Mike, you're the one. Going back to Drive to Survive. I am the kind of person who really likes to enjoy sports because I enjoy the personalities. You know what I mean? I started watching the NBA when MJ was the one. I liked skiing because Alberto Tomba La Bomba was the one. Then I enjoyed it because the American Bobby Miller was the one. I love Rafael Nadal because I love tennis, because I loved him because he's the one. Sometimes I'll enjoy sports because the person is so dominant that nobody can touch him. There you go, Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan, ergo Schumacher, That's the exact same principle that, one could say I use because, on the other hand, I enjoyed Rafael Nadal. I also enjoyed Federer. But I didn't enjoy Djokovic, which is a bit messed up because he's a Serbian, I'm a Croat, and from Croatia. And putting all the civil war things aside, he's one of my people, I didn't like him because he's so athletic. Athletic. This is me being a Croatian, and we don't have some sounds. Me being athletic. Good damn! Him being athletic. I don't even know what to say. Him being such an specimen that he could chase down a ball. He could, I don't like people who are born with it, because I'm not born with anything. I play tennis, I do this, I do that. I can't throw a ball, I can't run, I can't walk. I'm a dumbass. So I relate to people like Rafael Nadal. Not that he's a dumbass, but he has a way of using his body in an unconventional manner. Okay? So enough about me. Moving on. I used to think Formula One was all about the cars. So you'd think that would be my alley, right? But it's not, because I had an ex-wife and she loved Formula One. So naturally, I hate it. But the last year of our marriage, she was like all into F1. Wah, 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 wah. I was like, you're such a dumb bitch. That yeah, the parking is taken, so you can piss off. Yeah, old lady. It was a thing. It was a thing that losing your train of thought is not cool. So yeah. I watched it as a team sport. You know, it's like you love the Lakers. Well, what does that mean? You love Magic Johnson. You love LeBron James. You love Luka Doncic. Oh my God, there's somebody walking here. And me talking to the camera, I feel like such a dumbass. But it's cool, I'm cool. So, I thought it was all cars. The moment I really got into it was the infamous Bahrain Grand Prix and the whole Max Verstappen, #1 world champion, whatever. At the time, I loved Lewis Hamilton. Still love him, Sir Lewis Hamilton. Because he's such a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's like, you know, Lewis, we're gonna have to ask you to put curve one, whatever, one. And he's like, yes, please, no, please, thank you, please, I wouldn't want to, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, he's such a nice guy. He has a private jet. He has boats. He could tell you, yeah, no, piss off, leave me alone. Right? So I really liked Lewis Hamilton. Almost got his shirt. MG Petronas and everything. Now, the reason y'all gonna hate me, besides the reason I'm nobody and I'm speaking to you from a car, and it's not Formula One related. It's just I'm sorry for shaking the thing. It's not Formula One related. I'm just cool. No, it's not Formula One related. It just has really good sound in it. So the reason I loved it because I lost my train of thought. Let's go again. Yeah. I thought it was like a team sport, you know. You had Red Bull, you had Aston Martin, you had McLaren, whatever, and then I watched Drive to Survive, and then they pushed me the whole narrative down my throat, like Max Verstappen is an asshole, and Lewis Hamilton is you know, everybody who doesn't like him is racist, and you know, Lando Norris, who gives a flying fuck, and whatever. So, started watching Drive to Survive. Loved it. Loved it. I play a lot of Gran Turismo also, as well. And the problem with that was I really also played F1 24. So I looked at them all as a team. You know, I looked at it as a team effort. So my takeaway was I hate Red Bull. Why? Because Max Verstappen robbed Lewis Hamilton of the championship win. They treated Sergio Perez, who was the one at the time, like shit. Max Verstappen, in my mind, also, although I love motorsport and I had a couple of cool cars, and you know, I had like a very good friend who was a racing car driver. He taught me about race lines and when you gotta pass somebody through, let somebody through, and whatever. And I don't like the thing that Max Verstappen does, you know, when he goes wide into a corner just to defend, and then like Lando Norris has to go wide because he can either go wide or smash into Max Verstappen. And I was always like, smash into him. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Shit. As my love for Formula One grew, and I'm not American by any means, I'm from Croatia. We have no affiliation with the Yanks, and we have, oh, look at you. We have no affiliation with the Yanks. We have no affiliation with anyone. If anything, I love the UK. I love the UK. I love the way you guys are just chill, and I love the UK because I was there like 15 years ago, and I don't know about the whole Andrew Tate stabbing each other, the whole badass UK thing, except for Green Street Hooligans. But yeah, I really didn't like Max Verstappen. You know what I mean? So that led to the next thing, my love of teams. It went as such. I hate Red Bull. Why? Because who drives for them? Thank you, truck. Who drives for them? Max Verstappen. Do I like him? No. Why? I'm not sure. But he fucked Lewis Hamilton, so fuck him. It all comes back to the Bahrain, right? I love Mercedes. Why? Because I love Lewis Hamilton. Again, I also like Toto. I love Toto because my job is marketing and business, and Toto is a badass, and he always wears a tie. And at the time, I'm gonna have to call my hammer for this, but at the time at the Bahrain, he was like, no, Michael, no. It's called motor racing, all right? No, it's not fair. I sent you an email. When he said I sent you an email, he sounded so German, right? And I look into it. He is German. Shit. Come to think of it, his last name is Wolf. You know what I mean? That's okay. Still love them. Lewis Hamilton, till the day I die. Then we go to Carlos Sainz. Love him. Why? Because when I was little, I'm 40 something. When I was little, his father, maybe he still is, raced for the WRC. I loved the WRC because I drove a Peugeot 206, and I thought my Peugeot 206 is practically the 206 car. You know what I mean? Same thing. But I'm watching it and I'm watching it and I'm watching it, and now I'm watching Drive to Survive and the actual races. I got an F1 subscription. I'm starting to get into it. I'm not American by any means, as into I started watching it when the Las Vegas Grand Prix started, doing something. Nah. I've been watching it for like how many years it's been since the championship. I watched the Bahrain championship, the Max Verstappen Bahrain championship. I watched that whole championship and just went on from there. I don't watch a lot of sports. I watch the NBA, I watch Formula One, I watch skiing, I watch MMA, I watch UFC, I love Joe Rogan, whatever. Formula One became, I watch tennis because I love Rafael Nadal. But Formula One slowly took over. So we got Max Verstappen, hate that guy. Lewis Hamilton, love that guy. Carlos Sainz, love that guy because his old man is my guy. Started liking Lando Norris. about it, and I'm not sure why. I think it's because he does. He's so. He's a kid, you know. He's a kid, but he's relatable. He drives GT7 or iRacing or whatever with a wheel. He's such a little boy, you know. And I watched movies about F1, not talking about Brad Pitt. I thought F1 drivers would like. I loved Senna, right? Senna is one of the few psychos I liked in sports. Rest in peace, Senna. Because of the whole incident when he drove, who was it? Not Mansell, but shit. That's what. You see, this is my Formula One knowledge. When he drove, insert later, off the track because he only had to finish the race and the other guy had to come in like 16th. I thought that was like shit. You know what I mean? I remember when he died. It was a tragedy, and I shouldn't have cared. God, love it when people see me talking to the camera. I feel like such a dumbass. I loved it because he was a man's man, you know. So like Hamilton, Lando, Sainz, Leclerc. He's a nice man. Leclerc. It was a racing incident. I love him. One more disclaimer. I'm Croatian, so my language is a bit off. This is my sort of American language. I can also speak in British. It's a bit much, you know? I don't know what it is. Liverpool, Birmingham, what is it? But this is the way I'm most comfortable speaking, so I'm going to speak in American, right? Let me change my batteries and get on to the point of the video. Cool. I'm back again. So I intend to do a lot of these videos, and you guys tell me if I'm a pain in your ass, and I will stop. Okay? Because I have some hot takes, and I'm sure if like Damon Hill listened to this, he would be like, "You're such a dumbass." But I know Formula One is probably the greatest growing sport in the world, except for paddle. But Formula One is an actual sport. This is just because somebody from paddle could kick my ass. So Formula One is an actual sport. So I wanna give you a hot take. From what I gather, Helmut Marko is an asshole, right? Christian Horner is not an asshole. He's just slimy, you know. He's a sleazeball. I don't know why I say this. It's like more of a me thing, you know. But the way he talks, he's just like so full of himself, and he's just like so. If it wasn't for me, this team would be nothing. And it's like, just calm down, okay? You married the Spice Girl. Just calm the fuck down. You know what I mean? Am I right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you know this? Did you hear about this? I mean, David Beckham, who is a badass, married a Spice Girl. And, you know, she was a hot one. I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna chicka. Anyway, I don't like Helmut Marko. I don't like Christian Horner. I'm not gonna get into the whole what's up thing. Next time maybe. But I don't like him. I just don't like him. I don't like Red Bull at all. I like Monster. Not because of Lewis Hamilton. I like Monster the Valentino Rossi edition. Mind fuck, isn't it? Lost my script. Shit. Yeah, it's not look at the script. So, my point is this. It's been 2 races. Watch them. Hard. Don't know what to say about Melbourne. I really don't, because it was just crash after crash, and it was like... Also another thing, my knowledge about the technicality of Formula 1 comes from the game. So I'm like, if it's raining, put on wet tires. If it's dry, put on dry tires. I know there's like a radar machine weather thing, but it's supposed to be sunny outside, and look at it. It's not sunny outside. Look. Not. So, fucked up my tripod again. Yeah, it's cool. So, I don't know what to say about that shit. I also know that I should acknowledge the fact that Ferrari was a badass team in my memory because of Schumacher, and like Ferrari, who doesn't like a Ferrari, you know? And Lewis Hamilton went to Ferrari. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. I know it is. How's my battery looking? Oh, you guys are so... I know that's a big thing. I also know Lewis said like, oh, it's my, it's like a dream of his to go to Ferrari. Why? Why is it a dream of yours to go to Ferrari? You're a Formula 1 driver. You shouldn't give a flying f. You know what I mean? I watched an old Ferrari movie like with Niki Lauda and like James Hunt and all them assholes, and they were like slinging dick, and they were smoking cigarettes, and they were drinking, and all of these guys are like little boys, you know. I love them. Shit, I love them. But they're little boys. They're playing Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty, and I'm a loser. I'm not. I am. But, you know what I mean? Shit. So Lewis Hamilton goes to Ferrari. I'm like, yay! Yay! Lewis Hamilton's gonna kick everyone's ass. But then again, he took my man Sainz's seat. So that pisses me off. I also like Charles Leclerc, because he's such a nice little boy, isn't he? Charles Leclerc is such a nice little boy. He's a nice boy. You know, it was just a racing incident. He's a nice boy, you know. And my problem with Verstappen is he's a goddamn psycho. He wants to win. But if we've learned anything from the fact that I don't know where my grammar was going to go. If we've learned anything about these F1 drivers, is they're all a bunch of psychos. They all want to, need to, have to win. But that is cool, because Michael Jordan needed to win. Kobe Bryant, the legend, had to win. He smacked the shit out of Steve Kerr for like missing a 3 or hitting a 3 or what. He smacked the shit out of it. So, it's cool. You know, whatever floats your boat. Good saying. So, to tell you the truth, I'm very ashamed to admit it. Max Verstappen kind of grew on me. You know why? Because he's not James Hunt. He's not having sex with women, although that is a good thing. Smoking cigarettes or joints or whatever. Snorting blow. Sorry. And winning races. He wins a race. He comes home. He fires up his iRacing rig. And he's like, alright mate, can we go iRacing? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So now we have a interesting situation. We have a Max Verstappen is not so bad situation with Lewis Hamilton kinda shoving a back into Mercedes's back, shoving a knife into Mercedes's back, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, I'm like, do I have a charger, or are we gonna have to finish this at home? I'm like, no. This is my office, by the way. I'm like, you know, who do I vote for? That's the moment it struck me. You can have a favorite. You don't have to support anyone like those psychos at the track who will wear like a Ferrari cap and you know like a Ferrari wave or whatever. And I started watching Formula One for what it is. It's the pinnacle of motorsport. It really is. So, I'm watching it with a brand new lens. The brand new lens is Max Verstappen kind of grew on me. He really is a damn good racing driver. A damn good one. Damn good one. Now, my Formula One tenure is way too young to say how good was Lewis Hamilton when he was battling Fernando Alonso. I hear he was pretty good. I also don't know how good Kimi Raikkonen was when he wasn't drunk all the time. I also don't know how dominant Michael Schumacher really was, although I know he was like super dominant. And I also know that I cried when Senna died, but just because he seemed like such a nice guy, and he was probably also a psycho. So that brings us to Act 3. The point of this damn video. It's been going on for like 12 minutes. 20 minutes from the last one. The autofocus is so good. Which is, Liam Lawson has like 2 or 3 races left to prove he's worthy of being in an F1 car. That is such bullshit. For the first time, I'm so pissed off. You put in a little, this little kid, this little adorable lisp talking kid. I saw him on Pit Stop podcast. I know you guys don't like it. I think you do. I'm sorry. I like you guys. Although I like WTF. They put him in a car that is, as far as I can see it, tailor-made to Max Verstappen, right? And Max Verstappen, as far as I can see it, is Jesus behind the wheel. So you put Jesus, let's equate him to Maverick from Top Gun, and he can fly/drive the shit out of anything. And then you develop the car around that very special kind of skills. I tried to do a Liam Lawson. What's the word? Impression. What you get is a superb Max Verstappen. And this year, the Red Bulls aren't even the fastest car. As far as I can make out, Ferrari's better. Aston Martin is not better. McLaren is vastly better. And shit, I don't know. But you get a car that is made for Max Verstappen. So, the other guy is gonna be shit. So, this Helmut Marko looking kind of a guy who is far too old to be making any important decisions. Could you imagine the CEO of Microsoft being 147? No. You have him making all the shots. Christian Horner is being like, I decide shit, you don't decide shit. So shut up. Helmut Marko is like you have 3 more races, or 2 more races, or whatever. And Liam Lawson is this like nice, like I'm happy to be there kid who came there because they fired Sergio Perez, who was doing really good. Let's not forget, it's Helmut Marko who was like, what's the word, get up or speed up or fuck off or whatever. And he fucked it into the barriers in Monaco and wherever, and he couldn't do qualifying, all because they were nagging him. And now he's out. Where is he? Where is he? I don't know. Sergio! Sergio! He's not here. He's not here. So it's like, you put this kid into a car, you give him 5 races or 4. He comes in qualifying last. No shit. Would you do better? Would you do better? You wouldn't. Let me tell you that much right now. Because I know all you guys are like, yeah, I could drive. You couldn't drive shit. Okay, you couldn't drive shit. So my point is the second seat of the Red Bull a place where careers go to die? Think about it. They're gonna put Yuki Tsunoda in a Red Bull? You think Yuki Tsunoda is gonna do well? Because you have 2 Red Bulls? Like, he came from a Red Bull to a Red Bull? Those are 2 different cars. You put him in a Red Bull, he's gonna have 1. Max being Max. And I like him now, so shut up. Max being Max, like, mate, you could... And you put Yuki Tsunoda in a car. Who is a little badass, I gotta say. Shut up! I won't be racist. You put Yuki Tsunoda in the back of that car, what's gonna happen? It's too pointy. As soon as you let go of the gas, the back steps out, I know a little bit about driving, the back steps out. He's gonna fuck it into the wall for at least 3, and Yuki doesn't mind fucking into the wall. Sorry for all the swearing. And then you're gonna have Christian Horner with his dumb face behind the radio, like, and then you have Helmut Marko, excuse me for not having a Gestapo mask, being like, Yes, well, it's a bit disappointing, you know, because that's not a German accent. It's a bit disappointing. That's not a German accent as well. Wait. Auf Wiederschauen, auf Wiedersehen. Hermit Marco could... Shit, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got another man walking by. Embarrassing. And Herman Marco is going to be like, yeah, fuck you, Tsunoda, after 5 races. And then what are you going to do? You're going to put the Australian in it? Huh? The guy that's like 12? He's really nice, though, you know? And then, you know what's going to happen then? This is the last take. If my battery doesn't run out, you know what's happening then? You know what's going to happen then? Max Verstappen is gonna be like, fuck y'all. I'm going to whatever. I was gonna say Ferrari, but I'm gonna say Aston Martin. You know why? Because Adrian Newey went to Aston Martin. And what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? That's take 1 of the, whatever the name of the podcast is. Thank you very much. It's been a blast. If nobody watches it, I had a fun time making it. We're going to add some production value. We're going to find the keys to the car. We're going to add some production value. We're gonna, you know, and I have a lot more takes to make. I'm gonna try to make it interesting for you guys. And I love Formula 1, man. It's the greatest shit. I know there are some drivers I didn't mention, like, you know, Daniel Ricciardo and Nico Hulkenberg and David Magnussen and Gunther, whatever the fuck his name is. And, you know, we're gonna do all of that. I'm gonna shrink it, you know, shrink the video. But, you know what they say? Drive to survive. Peace, y'all, gang.